You ever stop and think about the little details on things we see every day? I mean, take a pair of jeans. They're everywhere, right? But they're hiding a secret, and it's been right there in front of us the whole time. Yeah, I'm talking about this thing. That tiny little pocket kind of tucked away inside the main pocket. Let's be honest, you've probably either completely ignored it or maybe you've wondered, what on earth is this actually for? So what are the usual guesses? Coins, right? A guitar pick? Maybe a spare key? I bet you've tried to stuff something in there. Or, hey, maybe it's just decoration. Some weird design thing that just never went away. Well, the real story is way cooler than that. Okay, so even though we use it for all kinds of little things today, its original job is actually one of the biggest myths in the history of clothes. See, the real reason for this pocket, it has absolutely nothing to do with coins or keys. The answer actually takes us all the way back to the 1800s. It was designed to protect something that was super important, but also really, really delicate. All right, let's get into it. To really get this, we have to travel back in time. Picture the American West, the 1870s. Back then, blue jeans weren't about fashion at all. Nope, they were serious, heavy-duty work gear. So just imagine for a sec, you're a miner, or maybe a cowboy, or a guy working on the railroad. You have to know what time it is, but all you've got is this delicate pocket watch. So where do you stick it? Your main pocket? The one filled with tools, dust, and who knows what else? Not a chance. Every single day was a gamble. You could scratch it, smash it, or just plain lose it. And that was a huge deal. This is where a tailor from Nevada, a guy named Jacob Davis, comes in with a game-changing idea. He started using these little metal rivets on the parts of work pants that always tore, the pocket corners and stuff. He knew this was big, so he writes a letter to the guy who sells him fabric in San Francisco, Levi Strauss. And boom, on May 20th, 1873, they get a patent together for what would become the very first, basically indestructible waist overalls. And right there, in that original design from 1873, was the answer. Our little pocket. It actually had a name, the watch pocket. I mean, it was literally a custom-built fortress, designed from the very beginning to keep a guy's watch safe and sound from all the rough and tumble of a workday. Okay, mystery solved, right? Well, kind of, because that just brings up a whole new question. Nobody really carries pocket watches anymore. So why is this pocket still on pretty much every single pair of jeans you can buy today? Well, the big change came right after World War I. Wristwatches, which were kind of seen as just for women before that, became standard issue for soldiers. And after the war, that trend just exploded for everyone. All of a sudden, the pocket watch was an antique, and its special little pocket was, well, you'd think it was useless. But here's the cool part. Instead of just vanishing, the pocket adapted. It found new jobs. First, it was a great spot for matches or coins, so people started calling it the match pocket or coin pocket. Then it became the go-to place for small stuff you really didn't want to lose, like a single key or a ticket stub. And now, it's been reborn again, holding all our modern tiny tech. Think USB drives or maybe a single earbud. So that brings us right up to today, and to a really interesting question in the design world. Is this pocket just a fossil, a piece of history we keep around for old time's sake, or is it actually still useful? So what's the verdict? The incredible thing is, it's both. On the one hand, yeah, it's totally a tribute to history. A pair of jeans just looks wrong without it. It's part of that classic, authentic vibe. But on the other hand, it's totally found a new purpose. I mean, think about it. It's the perfect place to put your keys so they don't scratch up your phone screen. How cool is that? A 21st century problem solved by a 19th century invention. But wait, we're not done just yet. Because just when you think you've got the whole story figured out, there's one more myth we've got to bust. You've probably heard people call it the fifth pocket, right? Well, here's the kicker. That's wrong. Yep, if you go back to that original 1873 patent, and Levi's own historians will back this up, there were only 4 pockets. You had the 2 main ones up front, our watch pocket, and just one single pocket on the back right. The actual 5th pocket, that was the back left one, and it was added way later. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, you realize this little scrap of denim is so much more than just a pocket. It's a living piece of history. I mean, for more than 150 years, this tiny little detail has stuck around. It's been through world wars, the entire digital revolution, and who knows how many fashion trends. And it's still here, instantly recognizable.
And when you really think about it like that, this pocket isn't just a pocket anymore. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of clever, practical thinking. It's a real connection to the tough-as-nails workers who needed them. It's basically a badge of authenticity. And maybe most importantly, it's the ultimate proof that truly great design, it doesn't die. It just adapts.
Think about everything that's been carried in that tiny space, from pocket watches to maybe even gold nuggets, all the way to USB drives and guitar picks today. This little pocket has carried the important stuff for every single generation for over 150 years. It's literally carried our history. So, that just leaves one question. What does yours carry?